Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today, finally, the last part of my synthesis map gamble or synthesized map gamble? Synthesis, whatever. This kind of maps, right? We ran the, that's going to be hard to pronounce. Like, we ran the Twisted Distant Memory, the Altered Distant Memory, the Twisted Bazillion map, like those kind of maps, right? We've done all of them. But the one thing that is missing, the tip of the iceberg, basically, is 60 times the Cortex. And this is what we are going to do today. And my friend Darky was so kind to help me, or at least sponsor this gamble, right? So he was like, wait, mbX, you have not done the Cortex last league. Why not? And for some weird reason, I do have 60 Cortex. So, you know, you probably up to run those, and I'm like, hell yes, pass it on, I'll do it. So we have 60 Cortex by Darkmode. The map cost is about 200 chaos per map. Then we have basically like 12,000 chaos for the maps itself. We have 60 prophecies. This is the bountiful guide prophecy, where you can just use one chisel and quality those maps to like 20%, like one prophecy per, right? So bought this in bulk. And then we have like 60 sacrifice fragments, basically, so one entire set goes with the Cortex map to boost the quantity, because I have unlocked the the map device through the 5-way Legion encounter. So we're gonna do that. We have a total cost of about 12,420 chaos orb spent with today's Exalt exchange ratio of 1 to 144. This is a gamble about 86.25 Exalts. And we're gonna do it the old traditional way, so we're just gonna run the first map together. So you guys gonna see what kind of build am I currently playing, or let's just move this one over and get another quad tap, basically. Let me check. Quad tap 7. Quad tap 7 should be fine. So I'm just going to throw all the loot that I'm getting out of these maps, whether it's like currency drops or items or whatnot, into this tab. Then I'm going to price check everything, and then after that, then we're gonna make like some small break here in the video, basically just a transition, and I'm going to deliver you or give you the full detailed amount of drops of the Cortex maps. There are two different ones. We have tier 9 maps and we have tier 14 maps. It does not matter. They all have the same quantity. They all have 120 quantity, 25 pack size, and the monster level is 83. The only thing different on these maps is basically the suffix or the affixes of the map. Here, you can all roll like 5 additional random modifiers and 4 synthesized global modifiers. I was not bothered to spend another 100 Exalts of Divines to max them out, so we just bought them randomly from trade. Just if you're wondering, the tier 14 is actually 100% same as the tier 9, cause the monster level will be 83 anyways. So we're just gonna pick up the first map, the first fragments, and we're gonna run the first map together with Mr. The one and only Mr. Lord of Voldemort. This is a build that I've been very enjoying for the past couple of days. This is an int stacking wonder using something that a lot of people are not aware of, which is a kinetic bolt, right? So usually wonder go like power siphon, we have like kinetic blast to name the ones that you play usually, but we have kinetic bolt, and kinetic bolt has a very nice MTX. It's the ghost flame, and this is why everything turned together, right? So when I was playing this character, throwing out these things, I was like, wait, this looks like this Avada Kedavra thing from Harry Potter, right? And so one came to the other, and we made some kind of like Voldemort cosplay, shooting around some Avada Kedavras, and yeah, killing stuff. And this character is just insane. This character himself will get an episode of the Flex Guide, because this is just completely stupid. Currently on 14,000 energy shield, while being ailment immune, while having crit cap, while having hit chance cap. We have about, even with Headhunter, not even an in-stacking belt, we run about 30 million or 40 million Shaper DPS on this character. And it's absolutely stupid. This is just, that's why I say this deserves the second. Oh, what is it? Oh shit, I hate my loot filter. Sorry. So it definitely is worth for the second episode of the Flex Guide, just to show people how insane characters turn out once you stick enough currency in it with the tools that we have available in the Harvest League. To make like those insane 6 times tier 1 items, and what you get out of it. Currently running about 1700 intelligence with an in-stacking 1, so we get like shit tons of flat lightning damage through that. So, character himself is actually quite fast. It's an assassin, kind of obvious. Power charge stacking, int stacking, lightning damage stacking, and we're just using kinetic bolt for our clearing, which is kind of insane, even if you do like Elder Run, right? This has like a 180-degree clearing radius, so if you do like Elder and, you know, Shaper is going to one direction, the portals are spawning, stuff like that, you always basically have a 100% clear rate. You just stand there, hold down your button, and that's it, you know? So I really, really enjoy that. And if you wonder, like, what is then better, Kinetic Bolt or Kinetic Blast? And I just realized that, or tried it out, in a full Delirium map, this is where the difference is. Like, in regular maps, like tier 16 maps, whatever, right? It does not matter, to be honest. You have both have like so insane DPS that it doesn't matter. But if you run a tier 19 full Delirium map, then Kinetic Bolt feels weaker than Kinetic Blast just because of my gear. Basically, I'm running Pierce and stuff like that, right? It just, Kinetic Bolt delivers this better clearing, I would say, on very like hard over, what do you call it? When there's like 100 mobs nearby, right? Then the explosions will carry you through that one. So the first map is basically clear just now to kill the Cortex, and I am almost guaranteed that I will just die now just because I'm talking so good words about this build, and now I'll just die, right? Now the problem, the single target is insane, right? The problem is I'm never starting with power charges, so the first power siphons will generate my power charges to actually get me to the stage where I'm doing this insane damage spikes. Now I'm just double cursing the boss, and then we just, you saw in the first 2 or 3 hits didn't deal any damage, right? And this is because I need to stack up the power charges, because my rings have like double damage or lightning damage per power charge. But once this is stacked up, and these bosses have some damage mitigation, basically, it's dealing insane amounts of damage. Like with this build at the moment, I'm able to just kill Cyrus in the last phase, basically, before he teleports away for the first time. So basically, Cyrus' last phase, Awakener 8, takes me about roughly 2 or 3 seconds, which explains that this build actually has millions of DPS, while still maintaining through the intelligence stacking. We have like 14,000 energy shield. Once this build is fully done, we're still re-rolling tier 1 stats. We should be able to reach like, I think like 15,000 energy shield with a Headhunter. So Headhunter is usually not a part of energy shield builds, neither it is of stat stacking builds. But in this case, since whoa! Holy shit! I was confused now. So back again to the topic. Without Headhunter, with an actual intelligence belt, I would be able to crack like 20 or 19,000 energy shield while having like over 50 million DPS. But we have so much DPS, it does not really matter at all. So Cortex, first one done with the Lord Vol. Dude, we have even the snake here. See? That's a cosplay, dude. So, give me some Expel Nebulist, 350 exalts. And that is not an Expel Nebulist. This is not even... What the fuck is this shit? Alright, we have 59 more runs to go. This run definitely did not pay off. So I'm just gonna run this now on stream, the remaining 59 Cortexes, and then we're gonna see us again with the final result of this project. Welcome back. I'm done farming 60 Cortex maps. At least I did those yesterday on stream, and yeah. After the stream, like after 60 Cortex, I was like too tired to do all these, like playing my second game, which is Path of Exile, right? And do all the calculations. So I did it today in the morning, and now I have the full overview of the 60 Cortex runs. So first of all, I did actually get 1 level, so I'm starting on 95, now 96. I think it was like roughly 60 million experience an hour, which is not bad, but I think the whole project took like 6 hours or so to farm all of these maps, and I think in 6 hours of high tier mapping I would be able to get like 95, 96 or something, just because it's a way more mob density. So if you're gonna take a look into the Cortex tab, all are gone. What did we find? Most importantly, Bottled Faith. We found 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 Bottled Faith in 60 runs. So that's probably, god, 60 divided by 13 is like every 4 to 5 runs is actually 1 Bottled Faith. Clear D&D. Always forget this one, holy shit. We got 2 Carp of the Ephemeral. We got like a bazillion of these Offering of the Serpent, a bunch of Nebulas, And that's basically it. These are the drops that the Cortex will deliver. The rarest one is actually the Garb of the Ephemeral, Garb of the Ephemeral. Garb of the Ephemeral. Yeah, whatever. This chest, right, is the rarest one. It's currently going for about 100 chaos. Most jackpot-wise, it is the Bottled Faith, obviously, for going to about 9 exalts per piece, depending on the roll. I had like 4 flasks that rolled pretty well, which is like... let me close my Discord as well. It's like always when I start recording a video, it's like here message, there message, here whisper, there a trade, you know, like, oof. Okay, so... I counted those 4 will be priced a little bit higher just because they have 10% increased damage and like over 180 or 170 base crit, so they should sell for like 10 exalts or something, maybe 1 exalt extra than one of the other ones that are like not 10% or just like the average roll, right? In terms of gloves, the problem is I don't know any build that uses those, and based on the implicits, I think the 1 max lightning resistance was just the best one that I had, and it's probably 3 chaos, and the other ones are like 1 chaos, so they are like completely garbage. Nebulous wise, we basically have a bunch of Nebulous, all are pretty much garbage. There was like only 2 or 3 that are actually good, like this one with multiplier, chaos damage, and lightning damage to spells. Another one that was really good was this one with increased fire damage and spell damage, and then there was like crit strike chance for spells and endurance charge. So the big winners here would be double damage as the implicit, or the Expo Nebula is going for like 350 exalts at the moment, so none of those, sadly. In the currency tab, just the usual things. I did buy out some stuff myself, so I had like, I think like 3 or 4 alterations and like all like minor things, you know. I just took them away, checked the price. I was like, okay, that's like probably 1.5 chaos, so I put 1.5 chaos over here. The same with the fragments. I had like 3 or 4 sacrifice fragments, so I just cleaned it off, you know, swap it over to my personal fragments tab and just put some chaos on top over here to just buy them myself, basically, right? We have like close to like 60, 80, like almost 100 high tier maps. So the Cortex is basically item level 83 or monster level 83. So you will obviously be eligible on Awakening 8 to find those drops. What else did we have? Essences and non-divination cards, just a minor part that I bought myself again. Here, a bunch of fossils, because sometimes the Cortex modifier rolled with fossils, so these are those. And then in the value tab, we have like an augmented distant memory, 2 guardian maps, and a perfectly rolled gold rim that's probably gonna sell for like 30 chaos or something. And shit tons of bases, so they can roll like with Shaper influenced, drop Shaper influenced item, drop Elder influenced item. So these are all the bases. I did not price check them. They are not into the calculation, although I do know, I think there are some bases that are worth something. I think the titanium, I think it's a Spirit's titanium shield, so let me check that real quick. So we have a titanium Spirit shield that is item level 83 in Shaper. Let me see what that is worth. I think somebody said yesterday, it's like 70 chaos, right? So probably we're gonna find 1 or 2 more bases into that is worth something. From the quick overview, probably like a Shape Quiver or something, I don't know, I need to check this. But all of that, not even the 70 chaos of this one, is calculated in there. But I can technically do the Exalted recipe, which is same as the Chaos Orb recipe, just with like unidentified influenced items. You're gonna get like 4 Exalted charges or something. So as I said again, this is not in the calculation, this tab. And that's basically the drops of the Cortex. Let me check now with the write-down. As I said, we spent yesterday 86 exalts for buying the Cortex, making them to 20% quality, and put in the sacrifice fragments to actually get a higher quantity, right? Currency-wise, we got about 620 chaos with 1 flat Exalted Orb drop. Then we have boss drops here, the Bottled Faith that I calculated like 9 times, for like 9 exalts. The other one is like 11 exalts, just because the prices vary a little bit. So if you're just gonna price check just a Bottled Faith, we're okay, they are dropping to 8 exalts, so basically I should probably just put this one. I think the valuable ones we're gonna put at 10 exalts, and the just a random drop. We're just gonna put it 8 exalts to make it a little bit more clear. Garb about 100 chaos. The Serpent offering is like 1 chaos. I will just vendor them for alchemy shards. Nebula is about 3 chaos, and we have like 3 that are worth like somewhere between 50 and 100 chaos, maybe even 1 exalt, but none of them are really like the big price money there, right? So we have like 16.7 thousand chaos orbs, and then a bunch of maps. Calculate 7C for tier 14, 8C for tier 15, and 10C for tier 16. A bunch of unique maps. And also on the others tab, here are the fossils and also the guardian maps that I calculated with like 10 chaos per piece. And we have the total outcome of 18,347 chaos orbs made. So if we're just gonna take the total spending minus the outcome, we actually have the outcome minus the investment. We actually have almost made 6,000 chaos orbs profit with today's Exalt exchange ratio, which is seeing, I think that's 149 or something, but yesterday it was 144, so let's calculate with the 144, is roughly about 40x profit in like the matter of like 6 hours of farming, and I also got a level on top of that. And don't forget, one of these nebulas could be worth like 2 mirrors or so, right? One more thing about the Bottled Faith drops. After the first, I would say, 10 maps, I had 5 flasks, and I was like, holy shit, dude, I'm gonna make so much profit. But then I had the next 30 runs, I had only 1 single flask drop, and I was like, holy shit, how lucky was I actually in the start? And then I had a good streak at the end. The last 15 maps had like 8 flasks or 9 flasks in the end in the last 15 runs, right? So you can basically say every 4 to 5 Cortex maps there should be a flask, which is actually equivalent, because the Cortex maps is about 200 chaos, right? So if you calculate this one real quick, if we say like, it's like 800 to 1000 chaos for 4 to 5 maps, right? And the Bottled Faith is going for like 8 exalts, which means 8 times, let's say 144, is about 1100, right? So that explains the price of the Bottled Faith. It's always about how expensive is the map and what is the average outcome. If the Bottled Faith would drop every second run, if it's a 50-50 chance technically, then the Cortex would be way more expensive, or the Flask would be way cheaper. So basically that's just mirroring the price of the Cortex maps compared to the Bottled Faith. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. Super happy about it. If you want to, feel free to just gamble some of your own Cortex maps. And for some reason, I think like only 1 distant memory was not profitable, but this is like the gamble with the rings. I would probably not really recommend still doing those. I mean, it depends. Like those maps here, the augmented distant memories or so, right? They were like 60 or 70 chaos last league. At the moment, they're like 25 chaos, but therefore the rings are less valuable as well, right? Unless you get the really good combination with like flammability on hit on a Herald of Ash ring or something like that, where you can really make the good profit. But overall, all of these synthesized maps are always worth to run, because you can always get the super high jackpot in terms of item drops. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.